I used to work out when I was a kid. I was a pretty good athlete in high school, football player and stuff. I got a 110-pound Sears and Roebuck barbell set when I was 14 years old. Put it in the basement of my house. We lived out in the country, and I didn't know what I was doing. I just went down there every night and did the same thing, same exercise every night, same reps every night. As life happens, got older, realized there were girls in the world, and I kind of got away from the weightlifting a little bit. And I got a job, made some money, bought a car, got drafted. I got my draft notice in June of 1967, and that was the height of the Vietnam War, by the way. So I went down and joined the Navy and spent 4 years in the Navy, and I went back to school. I was working a full-time job, went back to school, and I was just too busy to work out. And I really didn't get back to weightlifting until about 1999. So I bought a full set of dumbbells from 5 to 100 pounds, put them in my house, and I used to go home after work and mostly do bench press and stuff like that. And I got to the point where I could do 65-pound dumbbell 12 times, and I actually started watching my diet really severely. I mean, I was lean and cut, and the muscles were jumping out. And I say this because at that point I was 53, 54, 55 years old, and it looked really good. And then I bought more businesses, and I went away from it again because I got too busy. I own Subway franchises. I spent 13 years in Subway. The last 2 years were really horrible. I got sued a couple of times. I ended up doing a lot of drinking. Then I finally sold out the stores. I did like Michigan in the wintertime. February is a miserable month in Michigan. So what we used to do is we used to go down to the Keys and rent a house down there for the month. And when I went down to the Keys, they're built up on stilts. And I used to get the lawn chair and set it out there and just drink and look at the clouds. You cannot imagine the amount of Sailor Jerry spiced rum that I drank. I drank a lot. When we got ready to load up the car to come back north, had to go up and down those steps to take our stuff out of the house. And my belly was way out like this, real distended, and I was filled with fluids from all the alcohol in the mixer, and I could hardly breathe going up and down those stairs. And I thought, shit, I'm gonna die. So I decided I was gonna start cleaning up my act a little bit. And then we bought the house down here because I found out it was just as cheap to buy the house down and own a house down here as it was to go down and spend a month or a month and a half in the Keys because the rent was so high. I'd been going to Mid-Cape Fitness, but no real training routine to speak of.
There's a lot of older people at the gym. There's a lot of old people in Florida, period, but I'm not used to seeing too much of anything that catches my attention in the gym. I had seen Bob in there, and I didn't know him yet, but I want to say he had like 155 pounds in the squat, which is like not a ton of weight, but he was doing like sets of like 15 or 20 with it and going back for more. And that you don't see. Like nobody does sets like that with their squats. Like I do stuff like that, So right away I could tell he was a hard worker, and I could see he was sweating, he was going for it, and so I was intrigued a little bit. I wanted to figure out like why he was doing that. He was just like, oh, I like to stay in shape, I think we were just talking about some of his lifts, and he was talking about what he could do. And I said, you think you could deadlift 300 pounds? He was like, oh yeah. And so to me, I was like, okay. I'm like, I'd like to see that, I said, what about 315, 3 plates? He's like, you bet. So we put it on there, and somehow eventually he decided to do 335. And I got a video, and I have that video. He's straps and everything, he picks it up, he looks over at me. Is that good? Awesome. We talked about his numbers a little bit, and I said, I think you got the stuff, kid.
So that's part of the journey. The other part of the journey is I used to be at a gym, was right outside of Marshall, Michigan, at that point, they had whiteboards on the wall and had 900, 1,000, 1,100, 1,200, 13, 1,400 pound club. There was a guy on there that had done just a deadlift in the upper age group. He did 275. I thought, oh man, I can do that. So I called the guy over and said, watch this, and I did a 315 pound deadlift and put it down and wrote my name down. And between those whiteboards making me realize that there were people out there doing stuff, and then Aaron helping me, that motivated me to start doing things. The year after I did the 335, I came down and I did a 965. Maybe I could do 1,000. So the next season I came down, which was last season, I did 1,035. I thought, gee, how's that rack up to the rest of the world? So I got on the internet and started messing around a little bit and found out that 1,035 pounds was pretty big stuff for my age group, because by then I was 75. So I called up American Powerlifting Federation and joined American Powerlifting Federation. But I called them up because I couldn't figure out how to join online. And I said, well, I don't know how I'd rack up to anybody else because I just did 1,035 pounds in squat, bench, and deadlift. She said, how old are you? I said, 75. She said, well, you just set the record. The meet in Kalamazoo on April 9th is a qualifying meet, and I'm hopefully I'll be able to qualify for the nationals and the worlds. Aaron,
what's
buddy.
happening, Bob?
Hey.
Nice to see you.
Nice to see you, buddy.
This is my world champion athlete.
Yeah,
How you feeling?
I'm feeling good. Come on in.
All right. Nice place, Bob.
Yeah, I don't have to say this is a kitchen, do I?
No, I think I got that figured out.
Got that one figured out?
Damn, that's a big bear you got in your living
That's
room.
a big motherfucker.
Holy smokes.
Let's go take a look at,
right.
His name is Leon.
Leon.
Let's go take a look at Leon.
All right. Leon. How did he get a name like Leon?
It's a name I said, he looks like a Leon.
Okay.
Up to the top of the ears, he's 9 feet 6 inches. Now he does sit on a pedestal, so it's not 9 feet 6 inches him, but he's a huge bear. He was aged by the Department of Natural Resources in Alaska at 23 and a half years old. And they don't live longer than 25 in wild. Most people don't have a full body Kodiak brown bear in their family room. So I went around and showed them some of the other mounts that got in the house from when I was doing a lot more hunting. I think they were impressed. I don't know, hell, you never know. People could be saying, yeah, great, and not really mean it. But they seem to be impressed with the bear. We call this the workout room.
Oh, cool. Got the Stairmaster.
Got the Stairmaster. Got a mountain lion up here. I shot that in New Mexico.
Mountain lion.
Yeah.
Pretty cool. Yeah, man, you've been hitting these dumbbells in here? What's the deal with this?
I used to have a full set all the way up to 100 pounds, and my wife just threw a complaint at me. Yeah. And so I got rid of the 65 up to 100. Okay. I donated them to the Y Center. Well, she said there was not enough room in here for her to do whatever she wanted to do.
Yeah, well.
So.
What about this dip bar? You use this dip bar?
I use that dip bar a lot. I used to use it a lot. When I first got that dip bar, I could do 3 dips.
And then I'm sure the way you are, 3 months later, you're probably doing 100.
And that's the truth. You know what I was doing? I'd have a piece of paper sitting right there, yeah. And I'd write down the number of dips, and I wouldn't stop till I got to 100 or more.
That's hilarious.
Yeah. And now I'm at the spot down in Cape Coral, right before I left. I did 25.
That's great, Bob. You realize that's great. And you're almost 80 years old, knocking dips out, hitting numbers like you never hit before. Like, it just, it really brings a new perspective to what is possible. And I think that's the most exciting thing about what you're doing.
It's I'm too stupid not to try.
God bless you. God bless you.
I'm just, I just keep, when I was going to the gym and I was supposed to be bench pressing 275 for 4 reps, I looked at that and I thought, God, I don't know if I can do that. I really don't know, but I'm going to try. And you know what? I did 4 sets of 4, the last workout I did. And then I went and bench pressed 105-pound dumbbells.
You know, Bob, there was a guy in the gym at Mid-Cape, and he was like 75, and he did like 225 for like 1, and I was impressed. And so when you started doing these numbers, I'm like, what, 315? Like, I know a lot of kids in their 20s that can't do that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
when I was young, I wanted to work out. And I bugged my dad to let me work out and buy weights, and he never would. And my mom bought me my first set of Sears and Roebuck 110-pound barbell.
from Sears?
From Sears.
Yeah.
Back in 1961 or 2.
A lot of these young kids don't know about the Sears catalog.
Yeah.
They don't know that, like, that's how we used to buy stuff. That was our internet, you know.
Yeah,
You get the
it
catalog
was.
and you see all the stuff. Oh, I want to buy this, you know.
Yeah.
And all kind of fun stuff in
And
there.
I took those things down in the basement, and I didn't know what I was doing. And I lived out in the country. We lived out in the country far enough. It was difficult to get any place. That's in the days when there was only 1 car per family, and my dad had it. And I would have done weight training way early, but there was no way I can get to the gym. And Dad wasn't going to spring for the bucks.
Sure. Yeah, it wasn't a priority at all. That's like not something.
No. Remember, I told you he was born in 1915. He came of age during the Depression.
Yeah, that's a whole different.
And his whole financial mindset was based on hard times, depression.
And that there's not enough to go around.
And there's not enough to go around.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And so he that's the way, and a little bit that's affected me because as you said to me one time, it only costs $20 a month, Bob. And I said, yeah, but I've already paid. So I still watch those pennies. We got venison chops here. They're the backstrap of the deer, the best meat on a deer. And what you've got to do with them is you got to make sure they got the silver skin trimmed off.
Oh, man, I'm getting hungry just looking at this. Not gonna lie.
Well, the dog's going to feast tonight, and believe it or not, he loves venison. My wife tries to cook venison every other meal. I took 5 deer last year.
You have that much of it. Oh man, that's great. We're gonna be eating good. Fantastic.
Yeah, I took 5 deer last year. The first 2 deer total went into the freezer, ground and steak and chops and stuff like that.
Awesome,
And then the next 3 deer, I kept the back straps and the loins, and I donated it to the food bank. They ground it up and donated it to the food bank. So I got what I wanted, and the poor people got free food. I proceeded to make some venison chops for 3 guys, along with some homegrown butternut squash, and it was delicious. Everybody was commenting on how good it tasted, and it made me feel real good. Half a cup of rolled oats. I grind them up a little bit so that they go down easier. One cut up frozen banana. Liquid egg whites per Aaron Reed. 1 container will give me 3 shakes with a 1.5 cups each in them. And then we start with post rows. Creatine.
Love creatine. It's one of the greatest supplements ever created.
I do 1 big heaping because on my trip up from Florida, I wasn't taking any, so I'm trying to reload again a little bit. Glutamine, or glutamine, or however you pronounce it.
Yep.
I grind this stuff up.
Put the protein in?
Yeah, when it's, again,
Okay, you got our system here.
got a system. Then the protein powder, because I found out if it's not grinding up, the protein powder sticks to the edge. And then per Aaron Reed,
Yep. There's greens in there.
there's greens.
Gotta get the greens in. Check out this old school blender. Look at this, look at the front of it here. So just get a look at that. Just get a look at it.
I'm an old school guy.
That's all good,
All you
man.
want from
It
me.
gets the job done, you know?
76, how many years old?
Yeah, hey, well, you know, you taught me a new way to get my coffee now with the percolator over here.
How was that this morning?
That was great. It's fantastic. Just finished.
Takes a little longer to get it done, but liver support, because you never know what you do to your liver in your youth. Fish oil, that's to keep sure that your arteries don't plug up with cholesterol. And prostate support, because if you're a male, especially an adult male, anything over 30, 35, you better be taking prostate support. I've had prostate issues in my life, and they're absolutely fucking horrible to have. So, cheers. After I finish this protein shake, about 45 minutes to an hour later, we'll make our way to the gym. We'll do a workout. I'll come home. I'll have a protein shake. And then I got about an hour and a half later, I'll eat my first lunch. And sometime either between the time I have my protein shake and my first lunch, or after the first lunch, we'll go take care of some yard work and some maintenance around here that I have to do to keep this place looking as good as it does. It's a nice place with a beautiful setting.
Same routine, pretty much. I always put a couple oats in here. See if I can fit it all in this little jug. I might have to make two, so we'll see. And then usually I put about 8 to 10 ounces of egg whites. All right. Love bananas. Bananas get a bad rap from a lot of people, but I eat them every day.
Yep.
Yeah. Sometimes I have two. Spinach. Now, when I do spinach, I don't mess around. You really can't get too much spinach in your shake in the morning, except for a space. If there's not enough space in there, that's when you have the problem. This is like my multivitamin. So that's why I put these vegetables in there. Like at my house, I also throw carrots in there, celery, sometimes multiple different berries. I mix it up all the time, put different stuff. This is my opportunity to kind of get all kinds of stuff in, get me set for the day. It's also full of a ton of fiber, so make sure everything's flowing right. That should help it out. Yeah.
There you go.
Oh yeah, that looks good.
That is, this is the boys' weekend alone.
That's what I love about my morning shake is I start my day like that. I don't want to cook anything in the morning, and I got so many nutrients in that shake setup there that it's a great way to start my day, feel me for the workout. So I always say eat to perform, eat to recover. So we're good to go.
After a bit, we went over to the gym, my home gym here, and is over in Marshall, which is about 4 miles away from the house here.
It's funny that he trains there, has everything he needs except for motivation and energy. There's definitely none of that there. But I feel like Bob's about the only competitive person that's in there. But we were in there and got to see, you know, what he's about in his gym up here in Michigan. Because I know him from obviously Cape Coral and the gym down there. So it's kind of nice to see that up here. How long have you been training at this spot?
Before the pandemic.
Okay. So about 3 years?
Probably 4. The whiteboards were right on that red wall underneath the TV, and that had 900, 1,000, 1,100, 1,200, 1,300, 1,400 pound club. And it also had, it's broken down to age groups, teens to 20, the 20s, the 30s, the 40s. I'm not sure if it went to the 50s. And I wondered one time if I could get that 900 pound club. And then there was a guy in the highest age group that had deadlifted 275. And I thought, I can do that. So I was in here, I called the guy over. I said, watch this. We put 315. I did that, put it down, went over there and wrote my name down on the board.
And that's where it all started.
Crowded in here today. Normally there's not this many people. Springtime in Michigan.
You know, this reminds me of when I lived in Colorado, and I used to train in the winters, and I never liked it as much. Once you get into it, you're fine, but it's just hard to warm up.
Yep.
Takes a little longer.
Yep. That's why I like Florida. I make gains in Florida, and I try to struggle to hold on to them up here.
I believe it. I believe it. I've always kind of followed what was best for bodybuilding for me. And so how I got to warmer weather, you know. There's people that can do it in the cold. There's a lot of great bodybuilders that come out of Colorado and deal with the cold and whatever. Not for me.
Yeah. 225, 3 rep.
How'd it feel?
Not impossible, but I can feel it. Now I got to make a decision. One at 275, one at 295. Done with squats. I got 275 for 1 rep. hopefully.
Easy peasy.
Some people think so.
You make it look easy. Take a little breather, huh?
Yeah, I gotta have a breather. 295 pounds, 1 rep. This will be my opening weight on Sunday. Good Lord willing.
What's up? Skeet.
That's it. I needed to be underweight.
So I love that you come in here with this plan. Oh, Bob always has a plan. You don't hit world records in any category without having a plan.
135.6. I got the lift off.
No, I know you do.
Look at that. I got a sweat going.
Yeah, I can tell you. You're starting a little
Man.
bit.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. At one time, my goal was to be able to bench press 225 pounds for 10 reps. That goal has kind of gone away because I don't want to burn myself out for the next set, which is going to be heavier.
Just to bring a little context to how much weight this is, you know, he's gonna hit 225 like it's nothing. And it is nothing for him because he can put another plate on here and do 315. You know, I've seen him do it, filmed him do it at the gym. I've seen him do more than 315. I knew a guy one time that was like 74 years old, maybe 75. He benched 225. And I was so impressed. I thought, wow, because this is heavy. This is heavy. But Bob can put another plate on here, hit 315, 320. That record that he's gonna set with the bench, no one's gonna touch him for a long time. It's crazy. Like Bob has a really great deadlift, but his bench is his most impressive attribute, in my opinion. You know, his squat is the lift we have to work on the most. But you watch, he's gonna come hit this like nothing. It's 225. Powerlifting is right up Bob's alley.
What is?
Powerlifting, because it's all metrics and numbers. It comes down to a bottom line, you know. He knows if he does this many reps, this many sets for this period of time, he should be able to hit these numbers. And now that I've got to know Bob even a little bit better, spend time with him, I realize that's what he did in real estate. And he used to average 50 deals a year.
Yep.
And so you knew how many calls you had to make
On a daily, weekly basis.
on a daily, weekly basis so you could hit those numbers. He knew how many calls, how many closes, how many lists, whatever. He knew like how to do it all so that he get that same consistent number. And let me tell you, closing 50 deals a year in real estate by yourself is a shitload.
That's a lot.
It's a shitload.
Yeah, it's a lot. You know the reason I got out of real estate? I was hard on other agents that didn't do their job.
Holding their hand, babysitting.
Yeah, and I wouldn't do it, and I would just chew their ass out like you can't believe. And it got to the point where all the other real estate agents in town hated me, but they couldn't avoid me because I used to do a lot of listings. So, but I just got tired of dealing with them. I just threw up my hands and I realized in real estate, I would never, ever be able to retire, So I went into business where I bought something that I could get paid for and then I could sell and boost my ass out and get out of, get retired. And that's exactly what happened.
Well, again, that's why you do so well in powerlifting, because you look at like a PR as an obstacle.
Yeah.
You don't look at it as the end of the road.
No. PR is just a step.
That's right.
A step.
And it's like you can't put Bob in a box, and that's why it just all fits. Like powerlifting, like bodybuilding is smoke and mirrors and create an illusion, and that's what I'm good at, for the most part. But powerlifting is all metrics and numbers, and I love it. I just like watching your brain go to work on it, because he'll come tell me sometimes, Aaron, I just figured out that if I change my grip and I push out here just a little bit, I'm able to get about 5 more pounds on my bench. And like when you hear shit like
that's
that.
exactly what took place. I went from lifting like this to lifting like that. And by doing that, I got a little more leverage on the outside of the bar, but still kept my finger on the ring, which made me legal.
You see what I mean? Do you see what I'm talking about?
I got 225 pounds for 3 reps.
I don't even have to spot Bob with 225.
If you need to spot me, then I better go back home, buddy.
Yeah, like I don't even have to.
But I remember when I couldn't do 225. And now I'm doing 315, 320. It's mind-blowing. It is absolutely mind-blowing.
It's very mind-blowing coming from my perspective, because I know where you started and I see what you're doing now.
One, 2, 3. $275, 1 rep. Starting to get a little pump going on here, Aaron.
Yeah, see, you get a pump. Your chest's starting to stick out. That's nice.
Pretty slick for an old guy.
Yeah, it's cool, man. You're built like a tank, Tough. All day long. I think you're doing the right thing. You said you weren't able to get in here on Tuesday because you had stuff going on. I think the fact that you're just hitting weights that aren't going to tax your body, you're okay. You're going to be good, because I think it's good to feel it. You don't want to take too much time, a whole week off, and then try to come in. So today's just it's a little stimulation, just to make sure everything's firing. That's all we're doing. I mean, I guess it's easy to think, am I really going to be strong on Sunday?
Yeah.
It's like, you get in your own head and you train so hard, you want to win so bad, gotta stay positive, block out the negativity, but sometimes it creeps in, and that's like that monkey on your back that gets you doing the shit the right way,
Yeah, and then you're in there and you're thinking, God, I know I can do better than this, and then you're trying real hard and your form goes to pieces, and and I tell you what, if you don't have form on all 3 lifts, you got a real problem.
Yeah, I think that's what you figured out early on when you first started doing it. You weren't sure what the best form for you was.
I couldn't get the form for the squat down until that one time when I failed so badly.
Yeah.
That definition.
Looking good. Looking good,
Not
Bob.
too shabby.
It's awesome, man. Built like a tank, It's Bob the Tank, that's what it is.
More like no, I don't want to be a Hummer. That's a bad connotation.
We're gonna stick with tank.
No personnel carrier. No. Maybe a Jeep.
I was thinking, the battleship from Battle Creek, Michigan. I don't know, maybe that.
Yeah. All right.
You were a sailor, were you not?
For 3 years, 8 months, and 28 days.
Oh shit! That sounds like you were having a ball.
Yeah, not that I counted. 135 pounds, we're doing my magic number. What's my magic number? 6.
Okay.
I always get my feet where I want them. My left hand always goes on the undergrip first. And wrap the hand around so it locks in. The right hand goes in, locks around. A couple breaths. I gotta have my forearm touching my knee. 4, 5. That second and third one felt really good.
Yeah. First one, a lot of times your first rep's not your best rep. A lot of times. The thing that loathes me the most about deadlifting is putting the weight on and off the bar. You get to a point where you got so much fucking weight on there.
Yeah.
It's a process just getting the shit on there. It's
Yeah.
like cardio. You know, by the time you're done, you're like, let me take a breather before I do this set.
There's Carol, here's the manager of the gym. Carol, I want to introduce you to my friend, Aaron Reed.
Hey, how are you?
Aaron, nice to
meet
meet
you,
ya.
Carol. Heard good things about you.
So you ready to compete Sunday?
I got about 2 more of these things, 2 more deadlifts, and then I'm knocking the rust off and trying to make sure the joints are lubed and
Okay.
ready to go
Training
Sunday.
them?
He's ready.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah. The only question mark in the whole world is how far am I going to go in the squat?
Yeah.
That's it. If I do 155 kilo on the squat, what am I going to be, Aaron?
World champion, full power, dude.
No, you got the wrong.
Strongest man on the planet, over 75.
That's right.
How many events you
Strongest
got?
man on the planet.
Well, I got the squat, the bench, and the deadlift.
Okay.
But the existing record on the deadlift, on the squat, the bench is 127.5 kilos. Carol, I'm opening with 130.
He's blowing that one out of the water. The bench, he's going to hold that record for a long time. Like he's hitting like 320 on his bench, and like the record's like 280.
281.
281. I mean, he's 40 pounds over that.
225. 3. Because 3, they say, is the perfect number.
I love threes. Three's my favorite
It's
number.
called a menage a trois.
Three's my favorite number.
1, 2, 3. Put another plate on that.
Okay, yeah.
Now's the time to put some chalk on the hands and get into heavy lifting.
You know what? Can I do a set here with this, Bob?
You can get in there and do whatever you want, pal.
Okay. All right. Let me get in here. I just need to get a couple deadlifts in because today's back day. It's funny. You go left hand, I go right.
One at 365, one at 405, and we're out of here. On Sunday, I'm going to open at 408, which is 185 kilo. And then if it feels good and it moves good, I'm going right to 205, which is 453, 52, something like that. And then if I get that and it feels okay, then I'll go to 210, which is 463. On a normal workout day, I would do this would be 3. But today I'm just going to do 1 because I don't want to tweak myself too hard.
Yeah, no, that's not what today's about. Today's just about feeling it.
Today's about feeling it, making sure the muscles still work.
Make sure it didn't go anywhere.
Yep. Still goes up, still comes down. My goal is 475 if I get to go to Alabama, and my goal is 495 next season in Florida.
Dude, that'd be so badass. Man, that's so much weight.
409, 5 plates. 495 is 5 plates.
That will put you, like, there's like a minute percentage of humans that can do it. Doing it at your age, it's like.
Yeah, and by then I'll be 77.
And then maybe at that point we talk about maybe like, cruise control for a while,
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know what that, I don't know. Maybe we,
I thought about cruise control and it sounded good, and then I sat back and thought about it and I thought, I don't know if I can do that.
I know you can't, Bob. I know you can't. That's the thing. Like, I know you can't.
I don't know if I can do that.
I know you can't. And that's why I love you though, man, you know? You scare the shit out of me from time to time. Fuck. Because once you already got all these records and shit, it's like, what are we doing?
365 for 1 rep. This is the precursor to the dreaded 405. When I first met Aaron and I did that 335 with straps, I daydreamed about being able to do 405, and I thought, well, if I can do 365 without straps, I'll be great. And then I got there and I thought, if I can do 405, man, oh man, 405, you know. And now I'm thinking 475, that's not that far. That's only 10 pounds above my best. That's only 10 pounds above my best. I mean, there's fish that weigh 10 pounds.
Fuck it. Whatever you got to tell yourself, Bob.
I can feel it, but I can do it.
Yeah, you know, I mean, shit.
This is the proof in the pudding. I got 405 pounds, 1 rep. That's my opening weight on Sunday. So we're gonna see what we see. For an old man. That's my home gym. Not big, but you know what? It's got a squat rack, and that's all I need. It's got that one rogue squat rack.
Yeah, you do it well, man. You know what? When I first went in there, I was like, okay. But you know, it's like anything. Once you start working, you forget about the bullshit.
Yeah, you know, I go in there and I grab that squat rack, and I can do my squats, I can do my bench press on that thing, and then I just throw the weight on the bar on the floor, and I can do my deadlifts all right there. I hardly ever move off that squat rack. Well, you know, I tell you what, I'm glad I got in there today, hit those weights one time, hit opening lifts. I'm feeling like I'm feeling good for Sunday. I'm feeling good.
Well, you're looking good today, and I know that today was really about confidence for Sunday.
Yeah, it was. If I don't, you know, it's been almost a week since I worked out, and I, you know, and I spent 2 hard days behind the wheel, and then a couple of hard days getting the house straightened around, and I really needed to get in here and break it loose and make a few lifts.
From there, we came back to the house, showed us around the property a little bit. We ended up doing some chainsawing, which is pretty cool because, you know, he's got some roads that go down his property, and there's some trees that had fallen over, so we had to get rid of that. So, you know, we cleaned up a few things so we could, you know, explore the property.
Yeah, I got a guy with a dually tractor gonna come down this lane.
We need to plan a hunting trip. Get me, you, Judah, somebody else, and we'll go have some fun, man. Shoot some shit.
I'm into shooting.
I know you are.
I'm into shooting, I'm into killing.
I'm into eating, so, you know, I kill because I'm hungry, you know what I mean?
Let's go for a walk. Another ladder stand I've got set up right over there. I got a deer out of that last fall. I can go out the back door and shoot my gun. I can go out the back door and take a piss. You know, I walk around here. I go hunting out here. Just the good feeling right here that knows that I own this land, as long as I pay the property taxes. I'm going to show you the best deer stand on this property.
How many deer have you shot from it?
Oh, I don't know. Tons. I've been here for 32. I've owned it for 32 years, and I've hunted every year. Right there.
Okay, that's the spot, huh?
That's the spot. I've killed more deer right there. If I don't kill at least 1 deer a year there, and I've killed more than
So
one.
let me get something straight. You really don't even have to like buy meat because you kill so many deer. So you really don't have to buy any.
My wife doesn't like venison all the time. She likes you know, she wants venison one day and something else another day, and venison one day and something else another day.
I know how it goes.
You know, and you know, that's That's fine.
It's fine. It's fine. You're right. You know, I'm thinking from my own perspective. I'm like, man, that meat don't get any better than what you shoot out in your field.
No, it's all corn and soybeans.
That's what I'm saying, man. Like you just,
You know, and when the does, when I shoot a doe, did I ever tell you I was a pretty good shot?
You did. You tell me.
Whenever I shoot a doe, right in the head, because I don't want to chase them, I don't want to track them, and I don't want to ruin any meat.
Sure.
So I just shoot them in the head, and they fall down dead.
Yeah.
So you're that good of a shot, huh?
Yeah, buddy.
Well, Bob, I figure, you know, I appreciate your hospitality, and you know, I'm having a good time. So you ready to? I'm gonna take you out to a nice steak dinner. How's that sound?
Sounds good, and I just got 2 packs of venison chops and another pack of squash on the...
Ah, you can't beat that. All right.
No.
Yeah, that sounds good.
And we went over to Schuler's over in Marshall, and one of their specialties is prime rib. We all had a good steak dinner, and we were sitting there enjoying the company, and we weren't drinking any alcohol. I wasn't drinking any alcohol because I hadn't weighed in yet. I didn't know what my weight was. I didn't trust the scales at all. When I was in Florida, I was weighing about 238, 39, 40 pounds, and I had to be under 242 to make weight. We're at Schuler's in Marshall. They're known for their prime rib. I've got the 12 ounce because I have to weigh in the morning. So I'm having a great big piece of prime rib, medium rare. He doesn't have to weigh in.
You gotta watch your figure. That's what's going on here? Is that what it is?
You got the big one?
Yeah, of course.
We were just about done with dinner, and a couple of the busboys came by, and Aaron sits there. He fills up a lot of chair and a lot of table. 6 feet 7 inches tall, over 300 pounds, professional bodybuilder. And these boys came up and said, Sir, are you a professional bodybuilder? And Aaron smiled and said, yeah. And they said, well, could we get your name? And Aaron gave them his name and the spelling on it, and they got on their smartphones and checked it out and said, oh yeah, that's you, yeah, great. And Aaron said, you know, that's okay, but that guy right over there, and he nodded toward me, he said, he's a world champion. They looked at me and I thought, this old guy ain't no world champion. Aaron said, you guys want a picture? And they said, yeah, can we get a picture? So they took a picture, and one of the guys put his arm around me. He said, oh yeah, I can see it now. I can feel it now. Yeah, you little solid there. I said, well, thank you. So we had the pictures taken, and it was fun. Called it a night because I had to get up Saturday morning to go over and weigh in. I was supposed to weigh in between 9 and 11 a.m. Saturday morning in Kalamazoo. You're a boy. Well, we're going to get in the vehicle and drive over to Kalamazoo and do a weigh-in. After that, I'm going to come back this way, have breakfast. Going to grab a couple of shotguns and some shells and go out to the gun club and shoot some skeet. Originally, the meet location was supposed to be at Raw Strength at 300 East Center Street in Kalamazoo. And I got a text this morning from my nephew, and he said, check on it. It's changed, and I did. And it's now on 7635 South Sprinkle Road, Kalamazoo. And I looked at it, and originally it was a I could set national records at this this meet and qualify for world and national and world. Now maybe I don't qualify from this meet. I gotta get some clarification when I get there. So I'm a little bit bummed out on that because if I can't qualify for nationals or world, you know, what the am I doing?
Yeah, what the are we doing?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So.
Hopefully I make weight. I stepped on the scales this morning, and according to my scales, I'm under. So, you know, of course, my scales could be wrong. So we'll find out in a little over a half an hour.
All right, so we're here weighing in. They changed the location last minute yesterday on the website, so we're gonna see if they change anything else. Hopefully it's still a national qualifier. Hope we're not wasting our time. That'd be a real bummer because, you know, you know, Bob's ready. You know what I mean? So you hate to prepare for nothing. So we'll see.
So shoes, socks, singlet.
I've got the singlet. I didn't bring my shoes with me. Is that a problem?
You're just wearing regular shoes, like what you have on is fine.
I got a pair of lifting shoes for squats.
They're basically like this.
Okay. It's fine. You just wear one shoe for everything, squat, bench, dead?
No, I'll wear one shoe for squat and bench and another shoe for dead.
Oh, typically when you cut away, you need to bring all your gear, whatever you're gonna wear on the platform.
Well, I don't know that. There's my belt.
Yeah, so just so you know for future.
All right. Wrist wraps.
Belt's good.
I was like, what am I doing? You're-
So it's not, they're not on our approved list.
They're not?
No. They're legally, they're fine lengthwise, but they're not on the approved list. Every company's on the approved list. In 2024, they'll be legal. But
So what do I do for,
can you borrow something?
I don't know anybody.
We'll see. We'll see.
You need a pair of wrist wraps.
I have wrist wraps.
There we go. Pow.
There you go.
There it is. All right. That sounds like a win.
You have deadlift socks?
Yes.
Over the calf? Okay.
Yeah, you want to see them?
As long as they come up to right below the knee.
They come up.
Okay, you're good. Singlet, you got that?
I just showed it to you.
Okay. I'm trying to check them off.
Right here.
And you
We'll
gotta-
try it again.
Yeah. Is that the one from Montreux? Oh,
Strong.
strong, okay. And you wear just a cotton poly t-shirt like that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is that where you normally have?
You got the V-cut underwear?
Or do you even
I got to tell you. Wait.
Perfect, that's V-cut. Perfect.
Yeah.
Actually, they're blue. but
You wear
they're-
elbow sleeve for squat or dead?
No.
Okay. You wear knee sleeves?
No.
No knee sleeves.
Then I had to go weigh in. So we went into the men's room, and the scale was set up there, and the guy said, you know, step up here, and I'm used to weighing in by just stripping down to my shorts, and I said, you know, before I do that, how about if I just step on the scale and see if I'm underweight with that? And I stepped on my scale, fully dressed, shoes, blue jeans, shirt. I stepped on that scale. Yeah, right there. I said
237.
Thank you, Kyle.
I appreciate you.
I don't know what happened, but I lost eight or 9 pounds between the time I left Florida and the time I weighed in.
Okay, so good news is still national qualifier, even though they changed up everything.
Yep.
I was glad about that. I was pretty sure they were going to switch that up, so that's good. We made weight
Easily.
easily, 237.
With all
of
my
his
clothes on.
All of his clothes on. So your weight came down real good. Your strength is real good for your weight. So now we're gonna go eat
Yep.
and fuel up for this fucking lift, man.
And the national qualifier, and now instead of Orange Beach, Alabama, is held in New Orleans, Louisiana. Murder capital of the United States, by the way.
Sounds like a good time. It could be a good time though down there, you know?
There was a truck stop less than 2 miles from my house. We went in there and had a big breakfast. And Aaron, geez, you know, normal size omelet is 3 eggs. And Aaron, being Aaron, he needs a 6-egg omelet. I made weight easily. Fully dressed, I made weight. I was been starving myself. I'm hungry as a bear coming out of hibernation. And I tell you what, I'm sitting here with eggs, loaded potatoes, ham, pancakes, and I'm going to eat it all. And I'm going to get my strength back, and I'm going to have a good time with this. So, bon appetit.
Yeah, man, it's funny. We were worried he was gonna, you know, make weight, and I don't know why we were worried. He made it by 7 pounds. You know, it's crazy. Like from the journey, from
Fully
Florida-
dressed.
Yeah, totally. Had shoes on and everything. From the thank you.
Whoa,
dear.
that's an omelet.
From the drive to Florida to here, he lost like 6 or 7 pounds.
Yeah.
And it just stayed off. So we just got to make sure he's eating good so he feels good because, you know, we want him at the top of the weight classes where you always want to be because weight equals strength. That's why there's weight classes. So this is kind of like a celebratory breakfast right now.
So we all get breakfast there, and from there we load up and we go out to my shooting club that I'm a member of, and we shoot a couple rounds of skeet. You know, I told them I was a pretty good shot.
You made a lot of money after that.
Oh, all right.
Is that how you started your retirement?
I normally shoot with gloves, but I put my gloves in the other,
Shoot gloves?
yeah,
No shit.
shooting gloves, real thin, real thin.
Oh, real thin. It'd have to be. I like to feel everything.
Yeah.
All right. We're going to shoot us around the skeet. There's 25 birds coming out of 8 different stations over here. We move around in a kind of a half a circle, and then you got right where in the middle, you got this straight overhead.
That's definitely tough.
If you wait until the bird gets to you on that center one, it's past you. You got to shoot it right there. So I stepped up on the first station and promptly missed the first bird. Oh God, that's embarrassing as I can tell you. It's always horrible to miss the first bird on a round because you know that you just know the ground's ruined. Been a while. I haven't shot in a while.
Okay. Nice. Ah! Boom! Ah, I was on.
Can't be on, you gotta be ahead of it. Gotta be ahead of it.
There we go.
And a double.
It's tough. Doubles are tough.
And now you're shooting the low house first on this side.
Oh man, that double's tough. Got it. It's coming out quick. Go quick.
Oh! You got it.
Waited on that motherfucker.
Now you got a double and you can't wait.
Oh, no waiting. Okay, pop, pop.
Pull. Got them both in one shot.
That's right. That's how you do it. 2 birds.
2 birds with 1 shot. Pull.
Ah. This is the second time in my life I've ever done this. I think it went all right. Ah,
I spoke.
I got it now. I got this. Oh, come on.
I shot at 21 out of 25. I dropped 4 birds. Not bad since I haven't shot in 6 months. We got another round to shoot. Let's go put the guns up, take a breather, and come back. It bummed me out to miss the first bird. That bummed me out a lot. But I haven't shot in a while, so.
Yeah, well, shit, man. You know what I mean? For me, I'm thinking like, I don't know. I wanted to hit, you know, at least 60% of them, 70% of them. I thought I'd be doing good.
You would be, but you know, it's an acquired skill.
Yeah.
It's an acquired, and the gun probably doesn't fit you. You probably need a longer reach or longer pull. Excuse me.
I think the gun's all right.
Day's going good.
Yeah, it's a good time, right?
Got a weigh-in going. Got some rules straightened around. Had a good breakfast or shooting the gun.
Yeah, we're shooting some guns. Life's good, right?
Life's good.
Yeah.
We're breaking things. We can't kill things, but we can break things. Aaron's got a handicap of 10. Pressure's on.
Right.
Both of us.
Let's go, Grandpa. See what you got.
Grandpa.
Oh, 4 for 4.
Got the first one.
Got a little piece of the first one.
Good.
It's almost like you know what you're doing, Bob. Nice. Nice job.
Oh! I honestly believe we ended up as a tie. So I probably shot someplace around a 20, a 19 or a 20. And Aaron probably shot someplace around 10. We finished up there, and then we came back to the house.
Here we are, out here at Battle Creek, Michigan. We're on Bob's property. We got the big meet tomorrow. You know, I was able to kind of get away for a second just to really talk about what's on the line and how important it is, and but what we're risking. That's really what I want to talk about, because, you know, Bob is a really impressive guy. He's incredibly strong. He's literally one in billions, you know, being a world record holder like he is. But this does not come without a price. You know, I think there's a lot of people that want to believe that he's just, you know, this invincible guy that doesn't have any injuries or doesn't have anything physical holding him down, and that's why he's able to do it. But really, at the end of the day, he's dealing with a lot, and because of his mental fortitude and how strong of a man that he is, we're here. And, you know, I'm his coach, and I know that he wants to impress me. I know he does. I know how he is. Like, I know that this was just something we talked about 2 years ago, you know, and his first deadlift was 335 in the gym, and I knew, when I asked him to do it, I knew he had something. It was special, you know. But he's only been competing for a year, and he's only been working out for a total of maybe 6 years. You know, for him to be so much stronger, he put 135 pounds on his deadlift in the last 2 years, okay? He's put on like 40 pounds on his bench press, and he's put on, I think, somewhere in the neighborhood of 75 pounds or more on his squat. And his squat it would be his worst lift, and it's only because the man has hip issues, okay? And when I say hip issues, he was telling me he wanted to get a cortisone shot. He was telling me there's some things that he knows he could do and that he'll feel great. And then he called me, and I missed the phone call, and he left a message.
Hey, Aaron, it's Bob. Listen, I got my shots yesterday, and my hip feels great. Oh, God, I feel like I'm going to live. Now that my hip is feeling better, I can get into some of those stretches a little deeper and a little more intensely. So, I'm sorry, texting is not my thing. Talk to you later. Bye.
To him, it's the answer so he can win this competition, so he can do it with no pain. And right away, I started feeling very concerned. I became very concerned for Bob because he's such a strong man that he won't complain. And if there's something wrong, you won't know it. And if he said he's gonna do this competition, if it kills him, he'll do it. And that's how he is. And you don't get to be a world champion without that mindset. We're 2 weeks out from the competition, and I'm in the gym, and he has me spot him. I'm gonna look at his squat. This is right after he got his cortisone shot. Now, I'm not big on cortisone shots because they compromise the integrity of your connective tissues as they deteriorate tissues. A lot of people don't understand how cortisone works. It's a catabolic steroid. It means it eats tissues down, and so it gets rid of inflammation and things like that. You can only do so many of them, and then you can't do it anymore because your tissues will be so compromised that it will actually cause a problem. So I don't think he knows that, you know? I think he thinks that, oh, I just feel better, it's great. Well, we go into the gym, and you know, the man had, I wanna say he had about 275 on the squat. He comes down, and as soon as he starts coming up, he said, oh, and he fell. Dropped the weight, he hit the racks, he went on his hands and knees, all fours. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of froze. I was so scared that I'm watching this man, he crumbled, you know? And he's on his hands and knees, and he's like, ow. He turns around, and he gets up, and he says, that hurt. And I said, yeah, Bob, you okay? You okay? Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I can, let me rethink this. You know, I think I need to start over. And I'm thinking like, I don't know what the fuck to say to him. You know, all I'm thinking in this moment is like, you already got 2 world titles. If they would have submitted the 3rd one, you'd have 3 right now. So you're already a world champion. Like, to me, we've already won, you know? And you gotta think, the guy is 76 years old. If we mess his hip up and he can't walk, and I'm any part of that, and the man can't walk, that's a fail. And not only that, like, I don't know how I'm gonna handle that. I'm just nervous. I'm really nervous. Let's say everything goes great. Let's say he pulls it off and sets another world record. When do we stop?
I was starting to get nervous. The pregame jitters started kicking in. I set the alarm for 5 o'clock, and my hip had been bothering me, so I spent part of the night in the bed, and then my hip started throbbing, so I got up and I sat in the recliner, and somehow the change of hip angle, my hip doesn't throb so much. Little nervous this morning. Little nervous. If you're not nervous, you don't want it.
Right.
I must want it a lot.
I know you do.
No, that goes in later.
I think it's great, so it helps keep you sharp, you know?
Yeah, well. Grind.
Yeah, man, looking good. You know, when you first got going, your stomach used to stick out more.
Yeah.
Your legs weren't as big.
Yeah,
You know?
you used to holler at me in the gym, hold your stomach in, Bob, hold your stomach in.
Yeah.
I said, I am. I am.
I remember.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're looking way better, man. Looking good.
Put a bunch of mirrors around the house. That way you can see yourself, and they remind you to hold your stomach in.
Yep.
I said, I'm doing it. Give me a
Bob's
break
like, you
here.
know what? I'm a power lifter, not a bodybuilder, pal.
Yeah, I got to have a little bit of that powerlifting pouch there. Is it that late already? Son of a bitch, we got to get on the road.
Okay, let's get on the road. It is a high point, like a climax to so much preparation.
I was just thinking, I've been looking forward to this particular date for a very long time, and now that it's here, my stomach is just got the butterflies going on. It's really important for me to hit that first squat.
Yep.
Really important.
Yep. For me at this point, it was like I had a lot of anxiety because I was worried about his hip situation. One of the things that a lot of people don't know, but because I had watched him collapse in the gym about 2.5 weeks before we got here, I'm just hoping he'd keep the wheels on the wagon kind of thing. So there was I had a lot of anxiety going into the competition. So then the morning of, we got up real early, we got everything set, we got his food, his supplements set, we had all of his gear. We get down there and, there's a lot of jitters and whatnot. He has less jitters than he did in his very first competitions, but that's just how it goes. If you're not excited and a little anxious, then you probably don't want it that bad.
Well, this is what I've been looking forward to. Okay, I need you to do me a favor. My keys for the squat. Wrist arched, okay? And butt back. Wrist arched, butt back.
Shot at you.
Yeah.
Wrist arch, butt back.
If I arch those wrists, I automatically bring it in. And I've heard before you're supposed to break your hips and your knees at the same time. It doesn't work for me. I break my hips and the knees follow.
That's what I do too.
So that's what I need to do. And you'll be doing the lift off for me on the bench. And I don't think there's a lot. I think I've got the, yeah.
You're gonna be fine.
Grip tight.
Yeah, you're gonna be fine.
Grip tight on the bench, and on the deadlift, butt down, head up. Butt down, head up.
Head up.
And those are the keys. Those are the keys, because when you get under the weight, a lot of that stuff, sometimes that stuff just goes away.
You got a lot going through your head right now, but like, all you're doing is moving these weights around. You've been doing this for the last 2 years, real good, You're just moving it around,
Just keep doing what I did.
And you know what numbers you can hit. We're gonna hit all these numbers. So.
Yeah. I'm really confident in the 308 for the bench.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty confident in the 450 for the deadlift.
Oh, me too. Me too, 100%. We got the USPA national records, masters over 75 to 79. Full power, Comes out to 1,047 pounds. Bench only 281, deadlift only 429. I'm familiar with pounds, so it's easier for me to understand what these numbers are, but you know, this bench, Bob's will blow it out of the water. This deadlift, I've seen you blow this out of the water.
Yep.
You know, full power, everything's riding on the squat.
Everything's riding on the squat.
You know, and if the squat goes good, we're good.
Yeah.
So
Squat goes good, I'll hit 500 kilo or 1,102 pounds.
with these world records, they're all much lower.
Yeah.
So we hit all these, we got all those. But this is what we're looking at. So your opening lifts, we got 135 on the squat, then the second's 145. That's about 315. And then if we can hit this one, 155, that'll put us about 340.
340, 341, something like that.
Now
That's a lift for me.
this right here,
And I have hit in my life, I have hit 345 once. So
if we can do this, I feel like the day is basically downhill from there.
yeah, it is.
You know, if we hit this, we're good.
Yes.
We hit this, man, I'm jumping for joy.
Yep.
You know, so bench, you know, and like I said, I'm not worried about it at all. These are the records. 281. I got videos of you doing 315 with a cheerleading squad. You know what I mean? And then your deadlift, man. I've seen you do like 455 or 460 at the gym.
Yeah.
We're gonna make sure that we get the warm-up situation figured out. We're not gonna overdo our warm-ups like some rookie, all right? But I wanna make sure it's cold in here. I wanna make sure that before he lifts that he's warm, his joints are lubed up. And then that way, when I get him under the lift, I'm gonna, you know, make a couple calls, you know, I'm gonna yell at him, you know, tell him what to be conscious of, because Bob is notorious for his first rep on all of his sets typically being his worst. And a lot of that is, you know, he doesn't have a ton of experience doing this, you know, but, you know, we're doing one rep, so we gotta make sure we're warm, so then when we get here, we're thinking about everything. That way his first rep is his, you know, his best rep. But he's strong. His strength ain't going anywhere, you know. I have all these reservations, you know, about his hip holding up. And he said something this morning about, you know, his hip was bothering him last night a little bit. You know, I said, well, how'd you sleep? He said, all right, you know, my hip kind of kept me up a little bit. And I'm thinking, like, so, you know, we just got to get through this squat. We get through the squat, we're good. After that, it's downhill. So, I don't think we need that. Plenty of stuff to warm up. Now we just got to figure out the timing.
Good luck. I'll be cheering for you.
Thank you, pal. Thank you. What do we got for warm-up? Anything, you know?
Oh, they got a whole gym in there, so we're good on warm-up. We go in there and, you know, me personally, when I warm up, I always like to do a little bit of adductor, a little bit of in and out.
Yeah, first thing I do is warm up the adductor, abductor.
Okay, that's what I like.
And then that's with the groin there. But I want to see the flights, so.
All right, let's check. Let's see, they got it posted somewhere. Let's check that out.
Nervous. When I get through the squats, we're gonna be having so much fun. But the squats is in my head right now. Can somebody help me find my...
You're probably a B.
Yeah, he's kind of looking
Okay.
Right there.
Class master
76, isn't it?
76.
Yeah, that's me.
So flight B.
I'm the second lifter in flight B.
All right. Well, let's get comfortable somewhere, and then they got to go all the way through the A's. You know.
Yeah.
You know, everybody's nervous. I get it, but like, wait till we see the pace. You know, it'll take you 20 minutes to warm up. It'll take you 20 minutes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's a good idea.
It's not going to take us an hour. You know what I mean?
Let's time them, see how long it takes to go through the first flight.
And then we'll know.
One cycle.
Exactly, and then we'll know, because I don't want you coming in here too early.
All right, then I'm going to go put my shirt and sweats on because it's too cold.
Yeah, it is cold. Yeah, okay, great.
Save your energy. Sit down, save your energy.
Bob, let's think about something else for a minute.
I'm trying to go through my breathing. In through the nose, out through the mouth.
Good.
I'm calming down now.
Okay, good. I don't think people realize how much goes into this day. That's why it's great that we're doing this. People get to see there's a lot of work in front of it, and then there's an emotional side of it the day of, but then it's also incredibly exerting So we're gonna hit his whole body with his best lifts. Most people never do that in a day. Doing this for the gram, Bob.
Say what?
Doing it for the gram. Looking good.
Yeah, thank you.
Looking good, looking
Give
good.
me a drink of my magic elixir here. Then I'm gonna squat 225.
There we go. Gotcha. Good. It's a good lift. Easy peasy. Well, what's our opener?
135.
So that's 270, 290.
5.
So we're gonna go what? Like what do you want to do for a warm up? Are you gonna go one more or no?
I'm gonna do one more right here, what he's got.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna get under the bar with 405.
And just feel it. Good thinking. It's a central nervous system primer. So when you put a weight on there that's exponentially harder than what you can handle, it creates a fight or flight for your body. And so this causes everything to trigger. Some people like to be slapped on their back. Some people will sniff ammonia. You know, the other thing you can do is just get under the weight so your body is forced to be under that shock of that potential danger. You should get your wrist right when you get in there. Okay. Okay. Oh, hold on. He's good. Coming in, good. Yeah, good. All right, we're ready. Okay, now we're gonna get that weight on, just feel it out, we're good. Hey, Denise, nice to meet you. All right. Yeah, I'm glad you're here too, you know. Bob was telling me some people are gonna show up, you know, it's a little family support. Yeah. That's great.
Yeah, my daughter's coming.
Okay.
The kids off.
Okay. It's pretty cool. This is gonna be fun. Bob's real strong right now.
I know.
Yeah.
He always has been.
So, yeah. So we putting another plate on there. We're gonna feel it out. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Good. Forward. Down. Do it again.
Wait a minute.
Yep.
Take a breath.
Yeah.
Take a breath. I'll walk it out and put it back. And
Okay.
then I'll be ready to go.
Okay.
Wrist straps.
Your wrist straps. You need them for this?
I like wrist straps for the squats because it helps me with my wrist.
Okay. I'll find some. Get your wrist right.
Actually got first lifter up like
Good. Back in. Up. All right, all good, down. Okay, we're good, we're ready.
And I was called to the platform. And the first lift was 135 kilo, and we were nervous. We were nervous because I had failed miserably in Florida a couple of weeks earlier. The weight had gotten so heavy that I had to drop the weight, and I was down on my hands and knees. But we were really conscious of the squat and the ramifications, because if I didn't get at least 145 kilo on the squat, there was no chance that I was gonna be the national champion as far as the full power. I had to hit minimum 145, and then I had to hit my other lifts, and that doesn't leave any room for error.
Robert Callender.
Butt back, wrist.
Robert Callender is our next lifter, 135 kilo, 297 pound. Opening at 10. Let's go, Robert. Robert's just a youngster, age 76. Let's go, Robert. Easy opener now.
Get your wrist right. Get your grip right. Boom! All day long.
It's good. 3 white lights.
Oh, man.
Nice hit from Robert.
Yeah, Bob hit his first lift. We're looking real good, real strong, no issues. We roll into this second one. I'm feeling good about it. We're gonna hit this one. We're gonna hit you next one. We're gonna hit 145 kilo today. We're gonna fucking do it. We're fucking doing it. 155 would be ideal, right?
Yes.
That's the one.
155, you're gonna see me dancing.
That's what I want. That's what I meant. 155. 145 is easy peasy. You got that shit. 155.
I didn't keep my butt back on that first lift.
Your first rep is always your worst. So I'm glad we got that one out of the way. You know? All right, here we go, Bob.
Let's move the bar 2.
You got this. Just do what you do. You know what I'm saying? Just stay focused. We're gonna go up there. It's just like we're at the gym.
145 kilo.
Just like we're at the gym.
Second attempt for Robert Callender, going for a master state record attempt. 75 to 79 age group, 76 years of age. Platform ready for Robert. Let's go. Bill Wilson on deck, Adam Syverson in the hole, Daryl Lathan, your 4 out.
All right, Bob, easy peasy. Here we go. Get your wrist right. All right, get that butt back. Butt back. Let's go. Yeah.
Powers it up. And it's a good lift and a new master state record for Robert Callender. Nice.
It's a national record. That's right, dude. We just got one more. We just got one more.
Bill Wilson's up next, 187.5 kilo, 413 pounds, second attempt. Let's go, Bill. Adam, you're on deck. Daniel, Daryl, hole, and Chance is 4 out.
State record, John. That was solid.
Yeah.
Like a feather. Oh man, state record. Animal, man. Animal.
This is good. This is good.
I'm ready.
Platform ready for Bill Wilson.
So what we got now?
Let's go, Bill.
All right, now the next one's 155 kilo. We hit that. We're in some.
We're in some stratosphere country if I get 155.
That's right. We're shitting in tall cotton. That's how we say it back home.
Yeah, I'm feeling okay.
Yeah, doing good. Doing good, Bob.
And the lift is good for Bill.
That was a little harder, and my form wasn't great. And I remember one of the judges saying, keep your head up, keep your head up, keep your head up. Well, you keep your head up, you get your chest up, you get your shoulders back, and everything stays in line. And it's you don't get out of balance, and you can make the lift a lot easier.
Robert Callender is up, going for another Masters state record attempt in the 75-79 age group. 341 pounds on the bar for a third attempt here.
One time, baby.
All right, Bob, you get those wrists set. Get that bar in the set in the right spot. Sit back. Get that bar set. Wrist. Sit back. Here we go, chest up.
Let's get it, Bob. What's up?
Oh, yeah! Yes! 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 You did it! You did it! You did it! Oh, man! Oh,
First age group is what?
oh,
5 kilo.
oh, man! Oh, man!
10 more kilos.
Oh, we fought that shit out. You see that? Oh, man.
Breaking that too.
Oh, man. So proud of you. So proud of you, man. Oh, man. Fought that shit out, man. Oh, man. Ah, we did it. We did it. We did it. We did it.
Kilo, 446 pounds. Let's go, Bill. He's looking to go 3 for 3.
Oh, man. Oh, man.
McCormick in the hole, and Adam the second. is 4 out.
Nice job. Thank you. You sound with the
Just tank, dude.
Put my butt right there.
Tank. Bob. Oh, we did it.
Slow down in the middle there, but
Smooth sailing from here. Smooth sailing, yeah. Strongest man on the planet over 75. Strongest motherfucker on the planet over 75, Bob. Yeah, I knew you had it in you. I knew you had it in you.
It's a master lifter.
Oh man, I'm so proud of that guy right now. We did it. That was the one thing I was worried about.
Let's go.
Hard part's out of the way. The hard part's out of the way.
Hard part is out of the way. Now we're gonna have some fun.
Yeah.
Now I get to
Yes. Yeah. People don't even know what we've been through, man. They don't even know what we've been through.
Aaron,
Hey, how are you?
that's
Nice to
Angie.
meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Oh man, what a great day, huh?
It really is.
Oh man. Okay, I'm excited here.
Yeah.
Sorry,
It's
I'm all
all
fired up.
fun now. For me, it's all fun. Bench press is my lift, and deadlift is good. Bench press is my lift. My right hip been bothering me for a long time. Here, Aaron was hollering at me, chest up, and I was trying to do that, and I hurt my back. Hurt my back and hip down in Florida, and I dropped the weight. I was down on my hands and knees.
This is one of the scariest things I've ever seen. I'm not lying. It was one of the scariest things I've ever seen. Like it broke him, you know, and I thought we were done.
And I stripped the
So
bar
that-
down to nothing and started
That
all.
was 2 weeks ago.
I stripped the bar down to nothing, started all
So
over.
that's why I'm always pins and needles over here, because if something tweaks a little bit, like I know what could have happened, you know? And so the fact that we got through it, I just, oh man.
Yeah, I'm feeling really good about this next thing. I am really feeling good. My first lift is a national record. I wanted to say hi to you both.
Absolutely.
This is my sister Denise, and this is my niece Angie. I am so happy about that.
So-
I can't tell you how happy I am.
I'm so happy right there with you, Bob.
I have not been happier, and I can't remember when I hadn't been happier that I hit that squat. I got 3 white lights on that thing, and I was over the moon, gloriously happy. I actually celebrated too much. I was too happy because I burned a lot of emotion right there.
You know, everything that I was worried about, it's over. We made it. So now we just, he's gonna crush it on bench, and then his deadlift, he's gonna crush it there. And then when we get out of here, I can really talk to him about, you know, let's get your hip healthy. Like, let's figure out what we have to do, you know, because it feels good to win. It feels horrible to be injured. You know, right now we're feeling like we're on top of the world. We got 2 more lifts. It's gonna go good. Do you want 2 plates on there?
2 plates.
All right. Would you like from here? Anything?
Not a lot, because my opening lift is 270, 290. So if I go up to 275, I'm doing opening lift. Why do it?
Don't do it. Yeah, I think we're good.
And I opened my bench press at 130 kilo. Now 130 kilo was a new national record. And so I hit that, and I called 140 kilo for my second lift.
Just do your thing, Bob. Come on!
I don't know what happened. I believe I know what happened, but I don't know for sure. I believe my breathing got out of sequence, and I didn't get enough of a deep enough breath, because when I started to push up, I got about that far, and I seemed to run out of energy, and I think I was running out of oxygen because I hadn't breathed deeply enough into my diaphragm. Anyway, I struggled with it as much as I could, and I failed at 140. Now 140 is only 308 pounds, and I have done more than that multiple occasions. And I was bummed, to say the least.
I say we try that shit again, Bob. I say we try that again.
Yeah, I got to. Yeah.
Just gotta get your head right. Just gotta get the head right. We just gotta woosah, dude, you know? You hit that shit all day long, dude.
I know.
You hit it in your sleep. You just gotta just take your time when we get in there. You know what I mean? Just take your time. And just hit that shit, but just take your time. Don't let them rush you. Just we'll take our time when we get there. We got plenty of time when we sit down. It's probably a little butterflies, a little jitters. We're gonna get them subsided.
There we go. Let's go, Robert.
Take your time, do your thing. Come on, Bob!
God damn it!
The same thing happened. I had struggled so hard at 308 on a lift that I had failed on that I had basically gassed myself, and it wasn't there, which it's almost ironic because the lift that is my weakest lift, which is a squat, I got 3 for 3. The bench press, which is my best lift, 1 for 3.
It's crazy. He's so much stronger than that. But that's what happens sometimes, you know? We went real hard and we were all fired up for that squat, you know, and doing 3 PRs in one day is tough. You know, you don't really train for that. I'm just surprised it went like it did, because that's like his bench is his thing. I've seen him hit 315 so many times in the gym. It's okay though. We still got a national record. So our opening lift was national record. That also leaves room to break his own record later. Kind of makes that fun.
So now I'm really bummed out because my main goal going into this whole process was to do a 500 kilo lift. Well, I realized right then that 500 kilos wasn't going to happen. The current record full power was 475 kilo. So my whole goal at this point is to do better than 475. That's what I need for the national record.
We're still in it.
Still in the hunt.
Yeah.
I can't believe I missed it.
I can't either, but shit happens, man. You know?
I think
The good news is this.
I think I put too much out on the squat.
I know you did. We were all fired up. Your nervous system was all fired up. We were all fired up. But hey, here's the thing. So you can break your own record another day. Bench press. We don't have any problems with your shoulders and your bench and all that shit. So we can break that record another day. You know what I'm saying? We can break that another day. That wasn't his best performance. And you know, people forget that there's a lot going through your mind. They have a competition, and it doesn't matter how strong you are up into that day, it's that day.
So I opened up at 185 on the deadlift, which is 405 or 7 pounds, something like that. It's not an incredibly hard lift. I've done 405 for 2 or 3 reps in the gym when I was training. So I was pretty confident there.
Yep.
All right, good lift to Robert. Opening attempt there, 407 pounds.
It's good. He eat that shit all day long.
Current record was 195 kilo for deadlift. So I went over to the judges' tables and I called my next lift at 200 kilo.
Okay,
That's
we're back on.
a record right there.
Back on. We're back on. We did it. We did it. Now the next one is whatever we want to try to do. 205. Okay.
So I knew I had a national record. That was 485 kilo. And I really wanted to separate myself from the 475.
Okay, so we're good, right? It's national record, right?
Yeah. Sorry, master state record attempt here.
It's gonna be a good lift. All right, pull hard, Bob. Pull hard.
Robert, come on, finish
Here we
Be
go.
on the dead, let's go.
Here we go. Yes!
Good finish. All right. All right.
I did not have another kilo in me. I did not have another 2 pounds in me on that third lift. And I realized that I had lifted 490 kilos. I didn't get the 500 like I wanted. And I was a little bit bummed out on that. But I hit the 490. I set a new national record. By the way, the national record is higher than the world record. You have to have world record judges to get a world record. So, you know, I was gloriously happy, and we were celebrating and high-fiving and fisting, and, you know, just, it was fun. It was fun.
Yep, getting on the platform. You gotta do it. If you haven't done it, get on the platform in 2023. Bill Wilson's our next lifter.
Oh, man.
501 pound, third attempt here. Lifting to go 3 for 3 in the dead. He's going for a master state record attempt here. 501 in the 100 kilo weight class, 40 to 44 age group.
Did a good job, Bob. I knew you could do it. I knew you could do it.
Already.
We ended up hitting 490. 490. National record. Full power. Full power. Strongest man on the planet, over 75.
Let's go through a little quick check over, make sure everything's compliant to the rules, and he's good to go. Thumbs up.
I don't have much left.
Let's do this. Finish it home.
I don't have much left.
Yeah, you went hard today, Bob. You went hard today. And the wonderful thing is,
all the way up, all the way up, all the way up.
we didn't have no issues, you know, nothing went wrong. We might have missed a lift, but we lived to lift another motherfucking day.
We lived to lift another day.
You know, he was wanting to do 500 kilo. We ended up doing a total of 490 kilo. This made him the strongest man on the planet, over 75.
I tell you what, I am real proud of that lift. I gutted through that thing. I'm real proud of that lift, pal. It was marvelous. It was marvelous and a little bit painful, but I got it done. Later, I got a chance to reflect on it, and I thought, you know what? Okay, I didn't hit 500, but that's okay. That's okay. I've got a state record on squat. I got a national record on bench press. I got a national record on deadlift, and I got a national record on full power. Hey, you know what? That's a pretty damn good day. That's a pretty good day. And the guy that's got 475 kilos is going to look at that 490 and say, well, maybe I can sneak in and get that. He doesn't know that I'm going to work on my squat and get myself another 10 kilo in that squat before July, and I'm going to work on my bench and get that 10 or 15 extra kilos that I know I've got in me back out. So, you know, if he's going to bring his A game, it ain't going to be good enough. It's going to have to be A+++ to get to me. Here we're out having a celebration dinner here at Libby in the Firekeepers Casino. And after this, we'll go back down to the Calendar compound and have a little bit of Glenfiddich Scotch. And I'll show you another side of Bob Calendar.
great. Looking forward to that. You're actually in for a real treat with this one.
Now I'm sitting in my house with a couple fingers of 12-year-old Glenfiddich, feeling real mellow, and I'm about to show you a different side. Out of the night that covers me, black of the pit from pole to pole, I thank whatever gods may be for my unconquerable soul. In the fell clutch of circumstance, I've not winced nor cried aloud. Under the bludgeonings of chance, my head is bloody but unbowed. Beyond this place of wrath and tears looms but the horror of the shade, and yet the menace of the years finds and shall find me unafraid. It matters not how strait the gate, how charged with punishments the scroll. I am the master of my fate. I am the captain of my soul.
Might be coming back up here to do some hunting. You know, he's got all this property and whatnot, and I want to be eating some venison on the regular in my life. So I guess this was work, felt more like a vacation, but I'm ready to go back home and continue to do the things I do. I miss my workouts a little bit and my meals, that's for sure, because I can't get away from my meals for too long before I start freaking out. Hope everybody enjoyed meeting Bob Callender. I know I sure enjoyed showing him to you.